Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new speed build. Today we are sticking with the theme of seasons because I've been playing some Let's Plays of seasons and I wanted to make some builds like some houses based around a different season. So this week is spring, or this video anyway is spring, and it's inspired by all things spring like. So tried to make the house like a little bit more green, a little bit more vibrant. And I had a picture that I was going off. So I kept looking back at the picture and obviously it just had the front of the house, like what the front of the house looked like. It didn't have any floor plans. It didn't have like the back view of the house. So I was kind of just making up the scale and making up the back of the house just from the top of my head, really. And honestly, guys, this build gave me so much grief. I couldn't figure out how to do the floor plan, and I'm sure sometime in this video you'll see me struggling with it. I could not figure out how to work the living room, the dining room, and the kitchen all in one sort of living space. I kind of wanted to keep it open, but then it didn't work out how I wanted it to if it was open plan. I think I changed it maybe like 4 times. I was literally sitting there for like 5 minutes, or maybe longer than that, actually, maybe a lot longer than that, just trying to figure out how the hell I was going to put this house together. So I figured it out in the end, and when I struggle the most, I feel like it's because of the stairs. Once I put stairs inside of a house, I struggle. I honestly struggle. And I know I am still a beginner, so that will come with time and experience with playing and building in The Sims 4. But I had a lot of fun with it once I figured out how I wanted the house, like how I wanted the floor plan to look. So yeah, in the end it worked out, which is good because yeah, like I said, I was really struggling with it. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to finish it. I think I cut off the video. When I'm editing it now, I've got 4 different videos of it. So I think from memory I did it, and then I came back, and then I did it again, and then I came back, and like I just kept going back to it every now and again because I could not figure out how to get that goddamn floor plan to work. Because one of the main things that I wanted in the house, so one of the themes that I kind of have going, and if you watch some of my other videos, you will see what I mean. I want each house to have like some kind of feature. So for the winter house, I had a spare room, like a spare little outdoor house. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I had like a separate like guest house. That's the word I'm trying to look for, guest house. And then in summer, I wanted to put in a gazebo, but then I ended up making the backyard into something different. You'll see it once I post the video of it. Yeah, I tried to make every house have something different because I wanted it to be based around what you would use that home for in that season. So, for example, in winter, when I think of winter, I think like family, and I think getting together with family. And so I thought if you have like your grandparents or something live in that spare guest house or whatever you want to call it, then that's why I made the guest house. And then when I thought of spring, I thought like a greenhouse, because obviously you'd want to be gardening in spring, and obviously the expansion pack for seasons brought a lot of what's the word I'm trying to look for? It brought in a lot of like gardening aspects to it. So I'm sorry, I'm very sniffly at the moment. It's so cold here. It's been raining nonstop. We are currently going into winter, so it's been thunderstorms and raining and windy and freezing cold for the past like week. It's been awful weather. I love it. I honestly love it. I mean, some people will say it's awful. I think it's great. I love the cold, but I just get a bit sniffly, especially when I talk. I kind of don't breathe through my nose properly, so my nose just gets a bit blocked up. I'm not sick or anything. It's just the way that my body reacts to, I don't know, me talking and stuff like that. So anyway, back to the build. What I wanted for the spring one was to have a greenhouse, but then I ended up changing my mind, and instead of doing a greenhouse, I ended up making like a sunroom. So it's just a little addition to the house, and you can access it obviously through the house. If you just seen in the video, I put in like a little archway so that you can enter straight into the sunroom. I think it would be a good feature to have in a house just to kind of like warm the house up, because spring can sometimes be quite cold as well, because you're transitioning out of winter into summer, which is what spring is. So it can be quite cold, so I think it would be a good little feature to have. And if you can't already see me struggling to figure out how to do this floor plan, I also had to add in, obviously, a bathroom downstairs. I don't like the idea of just having one bathroom and having it upstairs, because to me, I would hate to have to go to the toilet and have to run up a bunch of stairs just to go to the toilet. That's just my personal preference anyway. But yeah, what I ended up doing was grabbing a bunch of live edit objects. So you have to type in this cheat, which is bb.show live edit objects, all one word. And then it gives you a whole bunch of objects that you wouldn't normally have in the regular build by menu. And I use that in the sunroom particularly because of some of the items, like there are hanging baskets of flowers and like plants and stuff like that we don't have in the regular build by mode in the options. So by unlocking that, I unlocked a few plants that I could use inside the sunroom to make it look a bit more like planty, I guess. I found another image off of Pinterest, and I absolutely love Pinterest. It's like my favorite thing to go to for inspiration when I'm doing a build and stuff like that. So I went over to Pinterest and I had a look at some sunrooms, or some like plant rooms, I guess you could say, that are indoors, to get some inspiration on how I wanted to furnish that sunroom. I think it turned out really nice. Some of the things are in the game, they are floating technically, but I tried to make it look like they were hanging from the roof, which I think it turned out pretty okay. You'll see in the finish screenshots as well. And also this build is obviously on the gallery as well, so don't forget to check that out. The link will be in the description box down below. If you don't want to download it, if you just want to download it in the game, it's just under my EA ID, which is Kassieki. It's just Kassieki. It's not Kassieki Plays, it's just Kassieki. Tried to keep it a bit more simple because Kassieki is obviously a weird spelling as is, so I tried to keep it a little bit simple by not making it too difficult. So yeah, in the sunroom there is, it's a nice little like sitting area. Obviously it's a sunroom. I haven't really built a sunroom before in The Sims, like in any of the Sims games that I've played, so it was quite fun to do because of obviously using the glass roofs, and because the glass roofs are in the base game, obviously we can use them. And I thought for the longest time that the glass roofs were in an expansion pack that I didn't have, and I just didn't realize that it was in the roof option when you go to choose what color you want your roof to look like. So once I figured that out and I put in the glass roof on top of that, everything kind of fell into place. But anyway, I think that's all I have to say for this build. I did try to put in quite a few plants. The only thing that I hate and that I need to get a mod for, which I try not to mod my game so much because my computer isn't like the top of the top line of computers, so sometimes it struggles a little bit when I try to get it to do too many things, because obviously in the background I'm recording the gameplay with OBS, so sometimes it struggles a little bit to run the game smoothly. I try not to add too many mods and too many like custom CC things to it, just so that it runs a lot smoother for me, because I don't know if you've seen in any of my gameplays, sometimes they're particularly actually in university, which I haven't uploaded just yet. I'm still editing it and still playing with it, so that should hopefully be out soon. But in that game, in that Let's Play, should I say, honestly, my sim struggled to do too many things at once, and if anytime I sped up the time to like the three speed, I don't know what you would want to call it, my sim would kind of just stand there for a couple of seconds, like not sure what they're supposed to be doing, because it would take a few seconds for my computer to register that I asked it to, like the sim, to do a certain action, and it would give it a sec to kind of like, I don't know, render that animation, or I don't even know what you would call it. But yeah, so at the moment I'm just taking photos in the live mode, sorry, should I say. So everything does look less green, I think, when you have seasons installed anyway, because it obviously has the season aspects to the world. So some things are when it's snowing and some things are dead. For spring, for some reason, everything looks a little bit more dead than it would in summer, which I thought summer everything would look a lot more dead than it would in spring. But I guess because spring is a transition from winter into summer, I guess everything is still sort of coming alive. So in the screenshots, they do look a little bit like it's in the wrong season or something, and some of the plants look a little bit discolored, but that's only because I'm playing in spring. Well, I like put the season of this world, which I'm building in Newcrest, I believe. I usually try to build a Newcrest just because it's empty, so I can kind of just choose any lot that I want. And yeah, it just, for some reason, everything looks dead in spring. But anyway, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this build. Like I said, it'll be in the gallery. It's also in the link down below if you want to check it out. Give it a download. There's no CC in this game. It's all just seasons and the base game only. So there isn't any other packs used as well. So if you just have seasons and the base game, then you can download everything in this build. So I really hope you enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. That would really help support my channel. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the little bell icon so you're notified of when I upload next, which will be tomorrow. So I will see you guys all then. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.